I'm going to show you how we're able to get one positive response and one lead for every 218 people that we contact and send an email to as part of this campaign. So we've also got a 2.3% response rate, so deliverability is fine. Nearly a third, 20% are positive responses, and we've got 26 positive responses, opportunities out of 5,596 emails sent. So I'm going to show you what this actually looks like. We're reaching out to B2B SaaS companies, and I want to show you how we use AI in this process to basically filter the leads. I've made a video touching on this before, but I wanted to just go through it in a bit more detail and also show just the end result of what this actually looks like. So this is obviously very scalable. It's very repeatable, very predictable process. Once we put the leads in and we take the leads from Apollo or all sorts of different sources, we put them in here. They go through this whole process and then they come out on the other side with the right variables so that we can then put that into our copy frameworks essentially. And this is all built one time. Once it's built, then you can just replicate it over and over and over again. And you can just add in companies. So the way that it works, and I touched on this before, but just to go through it, we're using Clayagent to basically pull the information from their website, which is just a summary on what this company does. Once we understand what this company does, then we're filtering and we're giving AI or GPT here, GPT-4o Mini, a definition of what a B2B SaaS company is, and we're taking the information from here and saying, identify if it is a B2B SaaS company. A B2B SaaS company is a company that does X, Y, and Z. Is this company B2B SaaS or is it not? This is obviously filtered so that you have all the companies here that are B2B SaaS, but if it does not come up as B2B SaaS, then it basically gets filtered out. And this is already from having a list on Apollo that is already filtered by keywords and removed keywords and all sorts of stuff. But obviously databases miscategorize and also don't know the very specifics. And this is why it's really important to use AI as part of the process, because then you can actually filter these companies out and reach out to the best fit prospects with the right messaging without having to manually comb through all this stuff and spend hours doing it. This can do it automatically for really, really cheap. Like the cost of running one row on this is 0.0000, whatever that is, and then and on this is next to nothing as well. So it really doesn't cost very much to do this, and you're basically qualifying your accounts, getting a summary of what the company does based on the website, which is the most up-to-date thing we have in terms of publicly available information. And if you want to go a step further, you can also do it based on their LinkedIn as well and combine those two sources. But for this, we're just using the website, and then you're categorizing them based on the information that's on their website using AI, and it does a pretty damn good job. So you'll see here, this is basically a description of what the company does based on their website, who they service, what they do, things like that. Then we categorize with whether or not they fit into a B2B SaaS or not. If they do, then we put them into the next step, which is understanding what does this company actually do and breaking that down. Who does this company sell to? Just because this is important to what we're doing in terms of our outreach. And then what job titles do they target? So we're trying to just get an idea based on this information that's on the website, based on this data, analyze it and break that information down into a really simple to understand format, right? Then what we're doing is we're putting this into Claude, and we are then defining the ICP. So because this is a whole bunch of information, right? What this company does, and it says, they do this, and who they sell to these kinds of organizations. What job titles they sell to, IT managers and so on and so forth here. Right. So what we're doing now is taking it to Claude, and we're telling Claude, can you just break that down and just find that one bit of information, basically. If you run formulas and stuff, it won't really necessarily do it very well. This is where you need AI still, but it's not the most complex thing for AI here. We're just pulling who do they actually sell to, right? So here it says, creating a hybrid workplace platform to enhance attendance, occupancy, and overall workplace experience with products hybrid work models include corporate offices, educational institutions, right? So it talks about that's who they sell to, because on their website they talk about the fact that they sell to corporate offices. So here we output corporate offices. And that means in our messaging we can say, you're selling to corporate offices, and we help you sell to them more, basically, or something along those lines, right? And this works really well, particularly if you're doing any form of lead generation, whether you're doing ads, outbound, just any content, anything whatsoever. Just it really, really helps for any service that's being offered around generating more traffic and more eyeballs to a particular company. So that's how it works. And we'll obviously just manually QC these for the first 10 to 20 or so. If they're looking good, then we'll run them for the rest. But we build obviously the workflow first. And then we also have an idea of what they do here. So this is basically just defining and pulling that information. What does this company do? So that in our messaging, we can basically say, like, you do these things, or what I can see is you do this, or we've worked with companies that also do something similar to this and this and this. Or like, I can see that you're building a platform that does this, or I'm not going to give exactly what copy that we used, but we are basically pulling this information to make the outreach so much more targeted, relevant. We're already filtering and reaching out to just companies that are B2B SaaS. So the list is already segmented, but it's segmented in a large fashion because we still actually have quite a lot of companies to reach out to. And then we're also defining different variables that we can use as part of our copy to make sure that the email looks very different and is more personalized and more relevant, basically. So I hope that gives you a good idea and understanding of what this looks like. I already showed you what the actual case study and the results from this. We're getting a positive lead for about 218, I think, that we're contacting, over 5,000. And I think we've actually already closed a client from this. So yeah, I just wanted to give you an idea of what this workflow looks like. And it's very, very, very repeatable, scalable, very cost efficient as well. Like, to do this, it does not cost much to run these AI, to qualify these accounts, to pull this information, to analyze data, to enrich it. It doesn't cost much at all. It's also very quick to do. So you can have really highly scalable messaging, or not messaging per se, but highly scalable like outbound campaign that has really relevant messaging. And the way that we'll build the messaging is usually we'll build that on a one-to-one level with a company, and then try and work backwards of how can we say that to multiple companies, basically. So anyways, that's the before, that's the after. This is what the process looks like. That's what the results look like afterwards. If you're interested in us building these kind of clay tables for you so you can have more creative campaigns, outbound campaigns, then feel free to book in a call below. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.